What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the Monday Night Raw review on March 18th, 2024, on Monday night. And yeah, Monday Night Raw was very tremendously great tonight, and yeah, let me know in the comments for those who watched on how you thought about Monday Night Raw, which I'm gonna give my opinions on it later on after I fully recap everything that went down on tonight's Red Brand show. With them continue hyping it up like it's only 19 days away till WrestleMania. That's where we got Jay Uso coming out to address some business, like about him and his brother and of his challenge last week against was it? Against oh yeah, but yeah, he addressed some business about his brother Jimmy Uso at the at Wrestle at for WrestleMania 40 with yeah, Jay Uso seeing what I mean yeah, what's that like here talking about his brother Jimmy Uso accepting his challenge, which he said, what was it? He started off with, I know the rest of it, just that very one, but he just said, with him saying hello to everybody in what city they were in tonight? Uh, This is where he started off with a promo, which the fans were chanting "Yeet" every time he spoke, like every week usual. Luckily, Roman Reigns wasn't there, or else he would have they would have definitely ruined his night. But anyway, this is where Jay. And he's just like, I know my brother's in the building, Oos. Like, I know the bloodline is also in the building. Fans were chanting. And this is where the fans were continuing to do their yeets and chants. And this is where he was like, and I know the blood, like, I know how they roll. So I'm just going to call them out right here, right now, tonight. And the fans like, yeet, please do so. Like, so we won't do no interference while you're trying to discuss any business. And this is where he's like, where the hell you at, Oos? This is where Jimmy Uso finally came out there when he was wondering where he was at. This is where he went face to face to him, he went from the back entrance, like entered the arena to go face to face to make their to make their future dream match of less than 19 days from now at WrestleMania be official. Let's see. This is where the fans start continuing. This is where the fans start chanting, saying "Uso, Uso, Uso." As soon as Jimmy Uso, got into the ring, this is where the fans. This one fan hilariously had a big white sign that said, in black, that said, call Rikishi in the most hilarious way, but right in the middle of the audience in the top corner. And I was like, yeah, we definitely need to call Rikishi to settle things with his two twin boys. Like, especially with him being the the referee, special guest referee, of course. This is where This is where Jey Uso's like we're gonna shake this right back here, like, and this is a little different, right, Us? Like, regardless of what happens on the show, like, and the bad blood between me and you, like you're still my family, like you're still my brother at the end of the day. Like, I really miss you, bro. And then our fans are cheering in a heartwarming manner. Just where he's like, I really do, bro. I just want to let you know this before we go forward ahead of this match. And say what you want about this, Us. Like I don't ride with you no more. I don't hang around you no. I'm not teaming with you no more. Like just come back to me, brother Jim. Like, just come back to me, man. Like, let's go back to the. And this is where Jimmy Uso was I'm like I never left you. Like, that's the thing. Like, I never left you. Like, I'm just protecting your little dumb ass. Like you can't even see it today, Oos. Like, I'm protecting you. Like it was your idea to leave the bloodline. Like, but I helped you. And this was like, and the reason why I helped you is because I'm your brother. And then this is where Jay was like, okay, you got me there, but that doesn't mean you should have cost me my opportunity of beating Roman and finally being the one to dethrone him for the championship. And this is where Jimmy Uso then continues saying, and you came over here to this show to be the biggest superstar on this roster. And then this is where fans like, yeet. And this is where even Pat McAfee hilarious said yeet right after the fans start saying yeet, because they just cannot get enough of that word every time they see Jey Uso when he speaks. But anyways, this is where he started looking at the shirt. And it's like, and then he eventually became tag team champions again without me, with a totally different person that we were against. Like when our cousin, when we were against when he faced our cousin the first time around. And then this is where fans were like, yeet, like he sure did. Like, and this is where chocolate milk. Okay, you're gonna make chocolate milk with grandma. But anyways, this
help me.
Why didn't you say this earlier? But anyways, this is where we got Jimmy Uso's like, and you thought out of anybody, Cody Rhodes thought you was really your best friend. Like, you left who, huh? Like, not me. Like, everything I do is because of Big Bro here. Like, everything that you do is Big Bro. And this is where Jimmy Uso then said, listen to me, Us. Like, it's very loud and clear, very clear to be exact. Like, the biggest moment in your exact career, the biggest moment of your career, is because of yours truly, your big brother, Jimmy Uso. The reason why he got so big is because of your big brother. I never forget that. And he's like, and because of me, and if it hadn't been for me, I meant to say, you wouldn't be anything main event worth. And this is where Jey Uso just stared at him. He was like, "Oh, is that so? If I wouldn't have all this success as a singles main event star, if it had been for you, that's very ironic." And this is where fans were chanting, I believe, what was it, Roman sucks, or who was it? No? I forget what they were chanting, but exactly. But they were chanting something while Jey Uso's like, nope. My biggest moment of my career, bro, is going to be my big dream singles match I always wanted to have. ever since becoming a main event star here. And this is where he's like, and it's gonna be me versus you, so proclaimed main event Jimbo. Like, and I'm about to beat your ass right now. And this is where he didn't wait. He didn't waste no time because he had a big right uppercut right into his face. And then this is where Solo Sikoa tried to get up on the apron on the left corner side, knock him back out down like if Umaga got hit with a big right hand. But soon after he turned around, he gets swiftly super kicked by his brother, like blindsided, like with him trying to go back to him. This is where Jimmy Uso is like, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And you're going to regret challenging me in this match when I beat you at the Showcase of the Immortal. This is where Solo Sikoa then finally got back in the ring. This is where he tried to go. This is where he picks him up. This is where Jimmy Uso was like, I'm the reason why you're so successful. And this is where main event Jey Uso's undisputed tag team championship partner, former undisputed WWE tag team championship partner Cody Rhodes came out there to save his new best friend. This is where Cody Rhodes started hitting right hands on the Jimmy Uso, knock him out. Cody Rhodes runs into the ring after he hit him with a couple of shots. This is where Solo Sikoa tried to hit him with a right hand with the spike left in his hand. This is where Cody Rhodes jump off the right side ropes, hits the Cody Cutter, jump right into the right side ropes and hit the Cody Cutter onto him, sending him packing outside the ring. This is where Cody Rhodes check on the main event Jey Uso, see he was okay. With main event Jey Uso's theme music coming on, he's like yeah, like you okay. But I thought I might give you an extra hand out here because like if they're gonna do that to me, then they'll probably do that. If they're gonna do that to me, they're gonna do that to me as well. And if I didn't help you out while I did, then they'll probably be worse for me and my chances of finishing the story. And yeah, that's the absolute truth. And I was thinking to myself, like, maybe this is gonna be the match tonight. Like I expected it to be a team with him and Seth Rollins, but it seems like that didn't happen regardless. And even if they did have a match, I would have preferred Rollins, but it would make sense it would be main event Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes against Sikoa and Jey Uso. But yeah, it seems like they're not gonna have a match. Well, at least not tonight. Maybe next week's Monday Night Raw. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on this segment. But let's move on to the next slide. This is where we got we got a hype video with Nia Jax and Becky Lynch because they're about to wrestle tonight in their main event last woman standing match, let me tell you a little something about this match. It definitely delivered. And it seems like everything between the irresistible force and the man has finally been put to bed. But which it should have been like ever since either 2 weeks ago or even at day one. But either way, like it finally got the match. I mean, the rivalry finally finished off, and the next time we'll see these girls gonna be fighting again is possibly when Becky Lynch becomes the women's world champion, if that only happens. But yeah, but for now, I'm gonna call the shots of making it the number one match of the night. Like just saying. Because they did exactly what you would have seen in the premium live event. But anyways, this is where we got DIY taking on the Creed brothers in a tag team matchup next, which I'll say the awesome truth in the end of the sheer match, even though it was goofy, but I'll give it the second match. Which you don't have to be like unless it's planned to be like and it's the wrestlers that are making the match more magical and more what's that intriguing and interesting. That's what makes the match very good. It's like the old saying goes, like it's not the match that makes the wrestler. It's the wrestler that makes the match. But anyways, this is where we got Adam Pearce on the phone with Nick Aldis because he was complaining about Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa was back invading Monday Night Raw like like they did a few weeks ago, like when Jimmy Uso cost Jey Uso the Intercontinental Championship. That's where he started complaining on the phone to Paul Heyman, and he's like, "Oh, like I just want to apologize on the behalf of Solo and Jimmy. I promise you, they're no longer in the building."
Trey, please stop.
But anyways, yeah, this is where Solo Sikoa and Jimmy. This is where he informed Paul Heyman informed Adam Pearce that Jimmy and Solo is indeed out of the building. I was like, well, that's kind of a shame in a way. Like when you want them to be in the building, they decide to leave. Like the typical cowardly heels are. Like it will have so much potential to have this match, this tag team match. Like I would say, not that much potential. You know what I mean? Like the continue building things up to both Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes' match against the two Bloodline members in this tag team match. Except Roman Reigns is not going to be in the match. It's Solo Sikoa's other cousin that will be in the match. Be in the match with Jimmy Uso, but it seems like they're gonna build things up until they're gonna build up to that point. Like they're gonna build a match like probably in 7 days. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned until the next week that we will have this match. Yeah, this is where Paul Heyman also informed Adam Pearce that they've been, and this is where he was like, yeah, like, and yeah, they'll be on their way, even though it's probably gonna take a long time because even my own private jet has been delayed because of some wind issues. Okay, I'm coming. And this is where it's like, I've been doing. And this is where he's like, I don't even have my makeup and I don't even have my perfect suit and my makeup on. So, please, I apologize for that. Like, Roman Reigns is the tribal chief of his word. Like, and he's a man of his word to be exact. Like, they're already gone. Like, I promise you. Like, if you need some, like, and they're out of your arena, like, completely. Like, and that's Roman Reigns' word. Like, they're not gonna have nothing to do of Monday Night Raw for the rest of the night. Like, try to find him. Like, I'll prove it to you just by telling you to go over there and try to find him. Like I'm going. Like, and I'll be gone. Like tonight. Like that's it. Like I'm. That's all I have to say. But it's better to do an official business with you, sir. Like, but everybody's. But I must warn you. Like everybody's gonna be caught off guard, Mr. Pierce. Like, sir. Like, that's not the prediction. That's a spoiler. Like, even though I haven't said that in like years, but but for now, you're off the hook. And this is where he then grabs to his phone that has the that has the custom made what's that phone case of Roman Reigns' the head of the table custom made phone case. He told the phone to call Roman Reigns, which it did so, of course. Here's where we got the Creed brothers then starting off with Creed brothers taking on the DIY in the first slot of the vacant for one of the 3 vacant spots at the six pack tag team ladder match. We're to start off with Tommaso Ciampa and Julius Creed, where Julius Creed starting off with a bang with a back to belly maneuver slam right into the face. In the midsection, go for a pin, but we got a 2.3. This is where we got Julius Creed grabs onto Tommaso Ciampa. This is where he goes for a guillotine. This is where, sorry about that thing. Why didn't he Just say so.
But you got pestering me for some damn chocolate milk.
But anyway, this is where we got Julius Creed trying to go for an ankle lock on the Tommaso Ciampa. This is where Tommaso grabs onto the ropes. This is where he rolled out of the ring. This is where then Johnny Gargano was checking on his teammate to make sure he's okay and if he can continue. But yeah, luckily Tommaso Ciampa could do so because he went on there back in the ring. I mean, got out of the ring. Is where he readjusted his leg and took a breather for like about 10 seconds until he got back. But this is where Julius Creed then grabs onto Tommaso Ciampa and did a wrist lock, threw him right to the bottom right side. Is where he throws him. He tags in his brother Brutus. Brutus got back in the ring. Got in the ring. Julius Creed threw him right to him. This is where he picks up Ciampa, does a fireman's toss right onto the former NXT champion. This is where Brutus Creed try to go for a back to belly maneuver. This is where we got Brutus Creed then try to go for German suplex. This is where Tommaso Ciampa goes for a headlock. This is where Tommaso Ciampa hits a big right hand. This is where Brutus Creed was not phasing it whatsoever, and he hits him with a bigger one right to his head, which he fell right down to the ground. This is where he tried to go for a clothesline right on the Irish whip. Tommaso Ciampa right to the right side. This is where Tommaso Ciampa ducks. This is where he tags in Johnny Gargano. This is where Johnny Gargano does a wrist lock right on the Brutus Creed, and this is where we got a gigantic running lariat by Tommaso Ciampa. This is where we got Johnny Gargano then going for sliced bread to Julius Creed when he tried to come in and save his little brother, with Tommaso Ciampa lifting up his legs and flips him right over, slamming him down. And this is where Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa then you went right onto the right ropes because that's where the Creed brothers roll out into the right side of the ringside area. Just where they hit a diving crossbody right over the top rope. This is where they start doing their clapping pat on the back, like Bravo pat in the back hand gesture that they usually do every time they do a dive onto the right into the corners, whether if it's in the left, right, or even top and bottom. But anyway, this is where I believe Johnny Gargano throws Brutus Creed back in the ring and then continue to do their fight until he tags in Tommaso Ciampa. They did their double team. This is where we got Tommaso Ciampa was in control, but until what's Brutus Creed? What's that called? Until he intercepted and brought him to his corner, right, with his brother Brutus Creed, not Julius Creed. He's Brutus Creed, the legal man, but he tags him in. That's where they did a double team on him. This is where Ciampa and Julius then was going at it back and forth, like playing wrestling tennis, like a sport that's a hybrid fictional sport of wrestling and tennis, of course. But this is where, even though it's most likely wrestling, it's like wrestling version of tennis, like they instead of hitting the ball with the tennis racket, they're hitting their fists with each other's faces or other body parts. But yeah, this is where Julius Creed had Tommaso Ciampa right in control, try to go for a back suplex, but Tommaso Ciampa flips out of it, tags in Johnny Gargano. But this is where Brutus Creed got tagged in by Julius Creed. This is where the Julius started hitting clotheslines on both Ciampa and Gargano, and then exploder suplex to Gargano and send him right to the upper right side. Is where he picks up Tommaso Ciampa when Tommaso Ciampa tried to boot him in the face, but he grabs him, put the right leg right on the back of his head, turned him around, power bombed him as well. This is where we got Brutus Creed was like, "Yeah, Diamond Mine, baby," and then this is where Brutus Creed was crawling. This is where he hits a big splash right onto Brutus Creed, rolled him up into a rolling pin. But this is where I was thinking to myself, like, wasn't Johnny Gargano the legal man? Which I believe the referee did some kind of a botch here. But this is where I think he correctly correctly pinned the legal man, which was Johnny Gargano, because right after Brutus Creed hits a big hip suplex right onto Johnny Gargano, this is where the referee started counting. This is where both men kicks out, like right after, like when he was still pinning Tommaso Ciampa in the roll up, but he had Johnny Gargano in a standing pin with him still in that hip suplex slamming position. This is where he tags in his brother Julius Creed, the gut wrench him right onto Tommaso Ciampa, and then this is where Julius Creed did a backslide with Brutus slamming him and hitting the moonsault right onto Tommaso Ciampa. This is where Julius did try to go for a pin, but this is where Tommaso Ciampa kicks out at 2.5, if not 4. I think it was 5. But this is where Julius Creed then grabs onto Ciampa. This is where he go for like a neck twisting headlock. But this is where Tommaso Ciampa counters out of it. Hit a double throat shove. Hands to the throat shove right into the throat. This is where we got Brutus. Not Brutus. No, it was Julius Creed. Then picks up Tommaso Ciampa in the standing suplex, which both McAfee and Michael Cole was amazed. And this is where Johnny Gargano tried to help his best friend, but this is where we got Brutus Creed then go for a suplex right onto Johnny Gargano, which they slammed both men respectively, and then they did a kip up. Like, well, Julius Creed did it at first, like, and this is where he did a kip up 1, and this is where we got Brutus Creed with a kip up 2 with Pat McAfee calling the action of saying like he did a kip up 1 and he did a kip up 2, and then this is where Julius Creed hits a moonsault right on Tommaso Ciampa first, while a second, Brutus Creed did it to Johnny Gargano, which Brutus Creed tried to pin Tommaso Ciampa, but he kicks out at 2.9, was it? And I think I was mistaken, because Tommaso Ciampa indeed was the legal man, because I believe Johnny Gargano tagged him right when he was double teaming with Brutus, I believe. Yeah. But speaking of the little brother of the Creed brothers, this is where Julius tags in Brutus in. This is where they hit a double gut buster right onto Ciampa, like a miniature version. This is where then Brutus tags back in his big brother Julius in. This is where he then got in the ring. This is where he picks up Tommaso Ciampa. This is where he tried to put him in an electric chair position while tagging in Brutus Creed, because he tried to go for the Brutus bomb, like, which they put away plenty of wrestlers with that move on their time in NXT, and then it could have been it could have been the same. It could have been the same, like, if it wasn't for that meddling, meddling athletic wrestler that loves wrestling and like calling himself Johnny Wrestling. I guess I could say. Man, I need to come up with new nicknames. But anyways, this is where Johnny Gargano then picks up Tommaso Ciampa. This is where he hits a big right hand onto Brutus Creed, but Brutus Creed hits him right back with a right hand of his own. This is where we got Tommaso Ciampa hit a big boot out with him going to the corner. This is where Johnny Gargano tried to clothesline Julius Creed's head off, but luckily he missed. And this is where, right after Julius ducks, and he pushes him right on to Tommaso Ciampa, which they barely hang on to each other. This is where we got Tommaso Ciampa pushing back Johnny Gargano with a sliced bread right onto Julius Creed, but Julius Creed picks him right up. This is where he flips him right over right onto what's his name, to Brutus Creed picks up Johnny Gargano again, a fireman's carry position. This is where we got Tommaso Ciampa got closed on by Brutus Creed. This is where he picks him up, and this is where Julius Creed paid tribute to his former leader of the Diamond Mines, Roderick Strong, with a big knee strike, while Brutus Creed picks him up and hit a fireman's spine buster right onto Johnny Gargano. And this is where Brutus Creed then shockingly hit a shoulder tackle pounce right onto Tommaso Ciampa, right over Alan the announce table, which he was posing with Pat McAfee. And this is where Pat McAfee's like, yeah, get him, Bruce. Like, yeah, do it, Bruce. Not Brutus, Brutus. Yeah, get him, Brutus. You can do it. And this is where Brutus is like, yeah, you already know. And this is where he picks up. This is where he picks up Tommaso Ciampa, I believe, because he was the legal man. And then this is where we got. This is where he got back in the ring. This is where they try to finish him off with a couple other moves that they still have left in the tank. But this is where Tommaso Ciampa flips out of it and counter tags in Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano finally hit his comeback move. And this is where Tommaso Ciampa was shaking the ropes. This is where Johnny Gargano put him right in the upper right side. This is where we try to go for a splash right after hitting a clothesline around the Julius Creed in the diagonal corner in the bottom left, and hitting the running bulldog to him while clotheslining his brother Brutus. And then this is where Johnny Gargano try to go for a splash right onto Julius, but Julius flips him over. He hits a step up enziguri. This is where Johnny Gargano hits a slingshot spear onto Julius Creed. This is where he try to go for a pin, but Julius kicks out at 2.8. This is where we got Johnny Gargano picks up this is where Johnny Wrestling picks up Big Brother Creed, and this is where he hits a big knife edge chop, which I believe Gunther didn't appreciate that, but Gunther didn't really care about it because he already chopped him enough, and he's gonna leave him off the hook. And this is where then Johnny Gargano hits a suicide dive on the Brutus Creed as soon as he tags in Tommaso Ciampa. This is where he had him on the top rope. This is where Tommaso Ciampa hit the knife edge chop right on the knee, which he's gonna give him a warning on the list, on his envy list. Gunther, of course, the ring general, because he also had Sami Zayn that he has to worry about in this contract signing segment. But this is where Tommaso Ciampa hit the white noise right off the top rope in the upper left side. This is where he tried to go for a pin, but Julius Creed kicks out at 2.99999999999 double triple 0.9, 0.1 away from being 3. This is where we got This is where he started hitting knife edge chops right onto Julius Creed repeatedly. This is where he started slapping. This is where he slapped him right across his face. This is where Julius Creed didn't take it anymore. This is where he's like, the suspenders comes off. He takes them off. This is where he's like, you think you can slap me hard? I like to see you do it more harder, like this. And he slapped him across Tommaso's chest. This is where Tommaso Ciampa entered back with a forearm this time because he didn't want to piss off Gunther too much, to the point that he would come out here out of nowhere and chop him off, chop the life out of them like if they were AEW wrestlers. So they stopped doing it for a while and they started going for forearms right into each other, where the fans were like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And this is where they start going back, hitting each other like if they're playing wrestling tennis, like a made-up fictional hybrid sport of wrestling and tennis. But anyway, yeah, they start going back and forth. No one was not missing until Johnny Gargano dodges out of the way. This is where he hits a big try to go for a big game-winning tennis. What's that game-winning hit with this wrestling tennis battle? This is where what's his name? Julius Creed didn't hit him with a big headbutt out of nowhere. This is where he tried to go for a headlock. Nearly had him into the ankle lock, but Tommaso Ciampa was nowhere close of tapping out. This is where Johnny Gargano came in, but this is where what's his name? I believe, was it Julius Creed or Brutus Creed that? It was Julius Creed. This is where he kicks him right in the gut, and still had what's his name's leg, Tommaso Ciampa's leg. He hit Johnny Gargano with a big power bomb, but when he picked him up right in the air, he had to let go of Tommaso Ciampa's leg because you needed 2 hands or 2 arms, I should say, to be the exact, to hit the power bomb right onto Johnny Wrestling, but eventually went back and started hitting the ankle lock. This is where his brother Brutus Creed got Johnny Gargano at the end and started trying to go for a headlock. But this is where Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano finally got out of their ankle locks, and this is where they hit their respective cross faces right onto what's his name, the Julius Creed and Brutus Creed, which it looked like they were about to tap out, but both right into each other, crashing into each other. This is where they hit it was a double. I'll say a double. More likely a double. Yeah, it was a double. That's what it was, a double collision jack. That's what. Yeah, to the Julius and Brutus Creed, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, they get that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa right into each other. That's why I call it a double collision. Like they threw them right into each other. They crashed right in the middle of the ring. This is where Julius Creed then went right into the the bottom right corner, hit a step up moonsault right on the Ciampa, with them tagging in Brutus, his little brother. This is where he hit him. This is where he hit the moon. This is where he hit the moonsault right onto Ciampa. This is where he tried to go for a pin, but Tommaso Ciampa tried to. I mean, this is where he tried to go for a pin on Ciampa, but Ciampa kicks out at 2.999999 with all his might. And I was like, how did he kick out of it so easily? Like, I can see Johnny Gargano coming out of nowhere and stopping him and meddling again, but I did not expect Tommaso Ciampa to have his shoulder up right before the referee can even put his hand on the mat for the count of 3. Like, wow, like, how did Tommaso Ciampa, like, if this was earlier, they would have gotten it if they got Johnny Gargano distracted or knocked out himself. But this is where he's like, we're not giving up without a fight. This is where Brutus tags in Julius. This is where he tried to go for the Brutus bomb right into the exact same corner. This is where they tried to go for the Brutus bomb, but I guess they were double cursed because Tommaso Ciampa hit a flying head scissors counter right on the Julius Creed. This is where the referee moved out of the way because Brutus was about to come with his big what's that? I'll say cannonball that he's ever hit in WWE. This is where we got Tommaso Ciampa try to go for a pin right onto this is where Tommaso Ciampa got Julius Creed's shoulders down and on the mat like in a wheelbarrow roll up, which is technically the most devastating move in all the sports entertainment, the surprise roll up. This is where we got Johnny Gargano. This is where we got Johnny Gargano throws Brutus Creed out of the way, like right after Brutus Creed rose up Brutus, I believe. I'm not Brutus, Julius. Well, I keep getting them mixed up, but Julius right onto the. What was it? Yeah, it was there. He rolled up right onto Julius, right onto his older brother Julius, right on Tommaso Ciampa to hit his version of a wheelbarrow roll up. And this is where we got Johnny Gargano help out Tommaso Ciampa, super kicked him right into a wheelbarrow, back into a wheelbarrow. But he finally, this time, he got the 1, 2, 3. Like if it's a guaranteed second attempt finishing, a guaranteed second attempt of a finishing maneuver. And your winner of this match and the first qualifier of this six-pack tag team ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, DIY. This is where we got Andrade backstage with Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day, and this is where they properly introduced himself to the 2/5 of the Judgment Day. And this is where he was like, he was asking like, well, what would it take to be a part of their faction? This is where Rhea Ripley informed him that they don't just give out invitations. Like he's like, we don't just give out invitations to just anyone. Like we just, it's an exclusive club. Like we're the ones that try to give you the invitations of joining our group, much rather than requesting it. And this is where JD McDonough's like, yes, ma'am, it's very exclusive, man. So if we have some interest in you, we'll let you know. And then this is where Rhea Ripley was like, yeah, and we'll works, but since we're very intrigued in you as of late, like we'll give you an offer like very soon. and see what we think. And then this is where Finn Balor's like, and I heard from a little birdie, like perhaps a big birdie with big, I'll say regionals, I guess you could say. That's in his office right now that watches the Great Ones videos. I said he heard that he booked Andrade in next week's Raw in a match, and he's like, I can tell you what, like Andrade, we're gonna keep our eyes on you, and I hope you do well. Like if you do, then we'll probably see some sort of interest in you. And then this is where Andrade's like, okay, very well. And this is where he's like, I'll see you, and you next week. And until he forgot that Damian Priest was in the ring. This is where he turned around, and this is where Damian Priest is like, I never probably got a chance to meet you when the last time you were here. Like, and I'm not talking about like of here asking for Dominic Mysterio, which obviously when Damian Priest made his main roster debut, that's when Andrade requested his release. But anyways, but it was for a totally different reason, not because of Damian Priest, just to let you guys know. But anyways, this is where they said their hellos in Spanish, which is hola. Like this is where Damian Priest like, nice, good to see you, man. And this is where Andrade's like, yeah, like saying back to you. And this is where he put back his shades on. This is where he walked out of their clubhouse. And then this is where Damian Priest is like, and this is where he fist bumped Finn Balor. He's like, yeah, no worries about DIY and whoever else is going to win their respective matches later on tonight in their qualifying match. We're going to beat them all at this at next month's pay-per-view for and remain the greatest tag teams in WWE. And again, But and as for you, JD, like you got some catching up to do because you were supposed to defeat Ricochet along with the other the other four participants in that Gauntlet #1 Contenders match. Like we thought you could run the gauntlet very well. That's why we didn't try to help you out because we thought you had it all by yourself, and you were going to go to WrestleMania, face the Ring General, and bring more gold to the Judgment Day because that's the whole point of you being here. And this is where JD McDonough's like, and this is where he's like, all right. First of all, like I can explain that, like it. Let's just say, like, he's like, yeah. Like right. He's like, all right. I remember the plan. First of all, I know I remember the plan. And I messed up. Like, I was supposed to face, and I was supposed to defeat Ricochet along others. And second of all, like I battered Ricochet despite and this is why I battled Ricochet, even though he came up as the victor against me. Like, didn't I, guys? And this is where Rhea Ripley's like, actually, like Pete got a point. Even though you did put on an impression against the one and only, Ricochet made you a fool out of yourself. And this is where JD McDonough was very offended. This is where he was like. He said, like a fool. Like, what do you mean? And this is where Rhea Ripley's like, yeah, and this is where he was. This is where she was like, yeah, I think so. But tonight everything's gonna be different when another Judgment Day member step up to the former Intercontinental Champion. And that man is none other than my Latino here, Dom. Like he's gonna show exactly how it's done. Like he's gonna make things right against Ricochet. Like, isn't that right, Dom? And this is where Damian Priest's like, yeah, like you're gonna bring a win back here to the Judgment Day. And this is where Dominic Mysterio's like, all right, like all we need to do is to make this official. And this is where he's like, okay, JD, like you're gonna have my back, like when and make this official with Adam Pearce. This is where JD McDonough's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Like let's go to his office right now. And this is where they made it official. This is where. It was, I believe, it was the match up next, I believe. Let me know in the comments down below. If you think so. Well, I don't even need to because I'm I'm gonna talk about right here because, well, I'm not even saying, because the Ricochet versus Dominic Mysterio match was up next. This is where we got Thunderbolt Patterson being officially announced in the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame, and also want to give him a huge congratulations for winning the match. This is where. No, well, not even saying no. It was up there. It was after this match right here. It was Candice LeRae versus it was Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell of the Way, if they're considered to still be called that. Even though the Way, the full faction is, I guess, is that's splitting in their separate ways, and we haven't seen Dexter Loomis teaming with Johnny Gargano ever since that he rejoined Tommaso Ciampa as the DIY duo. But let's move on, and this is where we got match starting off with Kaden Carter and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell taking on Kaden Carter and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. That's what his name is. Yeah. Well, this is where we got, and also we had Candice LeRae got snapmare by Kaden Carter, hits a step up kick. This is where she tried to go for a pin, but only got a 2 even count. This is where she tried Irish whip her to the right side. She gets tagged in by her on screen daughter, Indy Hartwell, I guess you can call her. This is where Kaden Carter super kicks her. This is where Indy Hartwell hit a big boot right into her face, but luckily, unlike what happened to Maxine Dupree, I kicked out of it at 2.1.
He told me that I can get more time to get my witness up. But he said, if I take 3 minutes, I don't have to do all that. Do you remember?
Well, what's wrong with this device? Well, this is where, we got Katana Chance coming in the ring. This is where she started going for comeback moves, like even some cross bodies and some flying head scissors, like she is famously done. And this is where Indy Hartwell tried to go for a back suplex when she tried to go for a clothesline, where Indy dodges it. But this is where Katana Chance flips out of it and accidentally step right onto her leg. This is where we got Katana Chance stand on it too hard, like when she got back down. This is where I think she sprained her right leg. Yeah. This is where Kaden Carter tried to check on her best friend / tag partner. She was like, "Are you okay? Like, can you still can go, or can you do you want me to get tagged in?" This is where Katana Chance was like, "I'm not sure. Like it, like this is where she was like, I don't know. It just hurts really bad. Like, my God." And this is where Kaden Carter was like, "All right, like just try to tag me in, and I'll help finish the rest of the match." And this is where before they even have a chance to do so, this is where we got Indy Hartwell tagging in Candice LeRae, which was a totally bad idea because she's still the impatient heel that she is, and the most annoyed impatient heel that she is. Came in and did a double drop kick right onto Kaden Carter. This is where the Kaden Carter then grab onto Katana Chance's leg, throws it right into the what's that? then grabbed her bad right leg of Katana Chance, and then start repeatedly, not I would say not really repeatedly. I think I got mixed up when she slammed it right into the ring afterwards, but yeah, she slammed it right into Rita the ring post so hard, like you would have expected her leg to be broken, like hitting it so hard like that. Whether it's part of the script or not, like it looked like it looked like she legitimately broke her leg after slamming it so hard, like shattering it in like about 20 different places. But anyways, this is where we got then India Well then start going for that dragon screw, a single leg Boston crab like combo maneuver and bending it right back by bending her spine back. And this is where Katana Chance to start tapping, like, all right, I surrender, like, please just get off of me. And then this is where like she did not get off until like 10, I would say about 5 or 10 seconds after making tap out and winning the match, continuing to have a slow burn, still in a slow burner of her heel turn, like which it all started with her being in this rivalry with Maxine Dupree. And bringing up her deceased brother, which I think it's very unnecessary to bring up. Like if you're trying to turn into a heel, like it's one thing of trying to have some heat, like but but doing that in a way to embarrass your babyface opponent's dead or dead. I would say dead is more harsh, more likely deceased family member is a huge no-no. Yeah, it's a huge. I'll it's a huge downgrade, like in many bad ways. Yeah, like it's not leading you any what's that? It's not gaining no momentum, no credibility, no any yeah, nothing like that. If you're trying to get over as a heel, this is not the way to do it. Like I think her run in NXT was a successful one because she wasn't really bringing up anybody's deceased family member or friend or anybody that's close to them that's like a love like a or yeah anything anybody of the sort that they most valued the most in their life yeah like that's not a good idea and not a good image for you, especially as not only just a wrestler but also as a person, like a person that people will know that you are a wrestler on TV. But this is where we move on to the next slide. With we got the Rock. Got them showing the Rock from this past Friday on the recap of the Rock concert segment. This is where we got. This is where we got Cody Rhodes in the ring now, like uh, like addressing the Rock's concert, and also his rant against him, afterwards in his in-ring promo, or even before then on his Instagram video when he made a new one, making fun of him about crying about like he can give the championship to his mother, like and telling him to shut the blank up, which is very hilarious. Make sure to watch his video on Instagram, which I believe it's like 10 minutes long, like at least, if not more longer than that, of course. I'm just brainstorming how long it was like, which I just cannot remember right at the moment. But yeah, I I can't remember specifically, but I know it was like nearly a dozen minutes. That's the best way to put it. But it's where we got Cody Rhodes coming out here. This is where he told the crowd that what did want to talk about, which he and then this is where he's like, what I want to talk about is the man that's been talking so much sugar honey iced tea about me and you guys, and I quote Cody Crybabies, the one that claims that he's the final boss of his role, according to his role as what's that? not according, I'll say courtesy to his role as the TKO board director member, the director's board, one of the director's board members, I should say, of TKO, the one that claims that he's my boss, Rollins' boss, and everybody's boss in the WWE roster, and that man is none other than The Rock, and he. And this where he's like, yeah, and I followed up from his Instagram stories, and then they were continuously entertaining. And again, and also the concert he added, like that that most of y'all fans do not want to hear tonight. Like we just said, plenty of bad things about it. And he's like, and some of the things, like, and this is where fans are boo, like, yeah, no sugar honey iced tea. This is where he's like, and like I couldn't help but notice on his Instagram post, like he's been and this is where The Rock then said this on his Instagram story, which Cody Rhodes said something that you thought you would never hear WWE a single WWE wrestler would say ever again. And he just broke the fourth wall, if not the IWC's fourth wall in the code of these nicknames, or not nicknames, more likely names of roles that wrestlers are playing as. Like, and he said this, and I quote that The Rock said on his Instagram story that he's the biggest heel of all of WWE and professional wrestling. And then this is where fans are like, what? And it's where Cody Rhodes is like, yeah, and it's not just the insider term. Like, I believe all of us know what that means when I say heel. Like, he's and that means he's the bad guy. And then it's where fans like, obviously, of course, and this is where and this is where he started naming all the top heels of all the biggest heels in professional wrestling of all time. Even one of them being his coach from AEW, which was Arn Anderson, and then also he named Ric Flair, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and also Michael Hayes, like and superstar Billy Graham. Like he named all these guys, and he's like, those are heels. But when I see The Rock, I don't see a heel. I see a a-hole. Or did he said he's like, when I see you, I see The Rock. Like I don't think you're a heel. You're an a-hole. I think you're an a-hole. And fans are like, oh, and this is where fans were like, he just really said that. Like, did they censor it out on live television? Well, I'm not sure they would censor it out because it's not like saying like the F-bomb or the S word, which they definitely censored out when the fans started chanting that in one of the matches later on. Like chanting "Holy sugar on the iced tea," and they weren't talking about the sweet refreshing kind. But anyways, this is where Cody Rhodes is like, yeah, no, I don't understand. Don't be upset. Like I'm. You're feeling about emotions, like, but you poke fun about my emotions, like when I was tearing up about finishing my story that I have yet accomplished, and like it, and it's not about crying and wrestling. Like I get where you're coming from, but like, haven't you cried behind the scenes like this whole time? Like breaking the fourth wall again, like when he's out of character, he cries like about at least like a double dozens of times, like especially when it's around this time of the year of the showcase of the Immortal. But yeah, this is where fans are like, oh, I get, and this is where they were thinking like, is this part of the script or not? And I was thinking the same thing because like WWE when it was under Vince McMahon regime, like they banned the word heel and face as calling wrestlers the good guy and the bad guy. But it seems like Cody Rhodes seemingly brought it back. But anyway, this is where we got Cody Rhodes like, what? And this is where he was like he claimed that I stole your opportunity away of facing your cousin. Like, no, like I was about to let you have this opportunity against Roman, but but there was but it all but the reason why I took it right back is because I took my opportunity right back against Roman is because of these hashtag by my fans aside, their chance it's and you and then this is where it's and this is where he said and when that happened, you started crying to your buddies on the team of TKO board like it and it and this where and then this is where Cody Rhodes said and you went on and said you need to save WWE, WWE needs The Rock, and start ranting about that as well. And God knows, look at this house, we should. And it's and this is where Cody Rhodes is hey, and yeah, heck, and this even this building itself, it needs some saving, right? And this is where fans are yeah, but not from The Rock. This is where Cody Rhodes was yeah, and this is some great PR from The Rock, and until it wasn't, and then fans are yeah, that's true. We, maybe we need The Rock here, to bring more ratings, but at the same time, we don't need. That's what the fans were thinking. So. We don't need him to the point that taking away the full timers spot as champion. And this is where we got Cody Rhodes then went on and can you say, I guess The Rock, you, and this was yes, your muscles are impressively big. Yes, yes. The reason why they say is because they are yes people. They are they don't tell you it is. They're people pleasers even. So let me tell you for them that what they on how everybody thinks of you. Damn man, you're a lot of things. You're a lot of wonderful things. You are pretty much a bull. You are the great one. You're the Brahma bull to be the exact. As a matter of fact, I got my tennis shoes on that have your logo right now. You're the only guy that will ever stand across the that I can honestly say that is the Mount Rushmore of all of wrestling. And this was and also let me tell you this, one of the things that you are horrible, Rock, now, after complimenting you all those accolades, that you're also a terrible salesman. And this was you are, and he's and you're a carny succubus, a loser that means that you are the whiny bitch that you claim that I am. And this for fans who are yay, Cody Rhodes has continued to gradually grow some nether regions, until The Rock The who's in control of the WWE. And when it comes to the main event scene of the Tribal Chiefs belt, that's his soon enough. And this is where Cody Rhodes then said, you're too sick. And he's in 2 seconds, you need this whole locker room more than they need you, doing to run the business. Nobody. And this is where he's and there's nobody supposedly not bigger than him, and that's saying something. And he's and I also brought up my mom in the interview, and he's and you try to make fun of me, and then told my mom that you're gonna beat me with this beat me with your belt so hard to the point that you're gonna make me bleed to death, and then it's gonna have nothing but my blood stains, and you're gonna put it on her lap oh, you want to talk about the mama games, huh? How about I talk about yours? I know your mom, Dwayne, or The Rock, I guess I can say. Fans oh, that's cold, but it must be true. And this is where Cody Rhodes is let me tell you The Rock. Let me tell you guys about The Rock's mom. She is a wonderful lady, salt of the earth, which I believe that's a clear reference to his AEW buddy, the one that used to be the AEW World Champion, but lost it to Samoa Joe. And I think he's going to make his return, whether if it's at Dynasty or Double or Nothing. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me at that or not alone. But yeah, that's another story for another day and another video for another day. But anyway, this is where we got Cody Rhodes. And then she was and she was there when I had my dark match with Kevin Owens. And I have nothing but respect for that wonderful lady. And then you hear you were talking about whipping me. Hey, you're talking about me with me in a bloody mess and hand it to my mother, like, and then you think she's gonna be trembling and she's gonna be running away like a coward. Like you don't know nothing about my mom. Like you think Dusty Rhodes was a bad son of a gun. Like then what makes you think that if you think if you think my dad was the only parent that was the toughest, fiercest son of a gun that was in my family, like you better think again, The Rock. Like you do not want to go there with my mom. Like you should have seen what you should have seen or even heard what she nearly did to Gunther when she saw me getting butchered by the ring general. And Gunther was supposed to be the most dangerous and fearless man, but it seemed like he didn't seem like that when his mother was getting ready to get into a backstage fist fight. But anyways, this is where Cody Rhodes then gave him the serious fearless look. And this is where she was like, this is the same lady that jumped out of her seat at a Willie Nelson concert and beat beat up an undercover cop. Okay, she's not afraid of you, Rock. And I was like, wow, I see how Cody Rhodes have his feelings from both sides of his family, both sides of his family with his parents, like with both Dusty and his mom. What's her name? Michelle Rubio. Yeah, I think that's what her name is. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Like, especially like whoever that's related to Cody Rhodes, let me know right down below if you are watching, of course. That's only if they're watching. But anyways, this is where Cody Rhodes then continued saying, like I've been asked April 6th, like the biggest tag match of all time myself, like with Seth Rollins with the World Heavyweight Championship at the night one, which I appreciate very much because it helps carry your company a rock. Like it's you, like in the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Like heck, how did I get past it? And then the most important question is like, will it be a fair fight? Like I can tell you honestly, like. I don't know. Like, I just don't know right now. Like, I clearly don't know. Like, if it will be one, I don't think, like I don't know if it's gonna be a 2-on-1 fair fight, and I don't even know if I don't even know if I'm gonna even finish my story. With considering what could possibly happen again, like what happened last year, but only worse. Like if me and Seth Rollins don't succeed, and this is where fans are like, "Boo! We do not want to see second straight year of you losing, Cody. Like, please finish your story." And this was like, and this is where he went and tell The Rock right on the camera, like, and Dwayne, how could you be so sure of yourself? Like, because you keep forgetting, like, you haven't been in the ring in years, like almost a decade, even. Like you, like in the. And it's only just like less than 3 weeks away. Like, and when that bell rings, like, and what happens if that bell rings when it's you and your cousin facing me and my new best friend, and like you're gonna and are you gonna bring that great one, like the same great one? You're gonna bring the same Brahma Bull? Are you gonna bring in the same People's Champion? Are you gonna have that big Dwayne Hollywood Johnson ring, or you're gonna be be the Rock as the little DICK symbol. Oh, not symbol, syndrome. I messed it up right there. My apologies. But anyway, it's like, are you gonna be the same Rock, the big time Rock? Like, are you gonna be Hollywood Rock? Are you gonna be the People's Champ, the Brahma Bull, or are you just gonna be little DICK syndrome? And I was like, did they really just allow him to say that uncensored? Like, wow, he just literally said that, like, without them blocking anything out. I'm like I can understand, like, if he could say whatever he wants, just like The Rock, only if it gets censored out, just like the. But I would not know that they would allow him to say this, and if The Rock said something like that, they would have immediately bleeped it out. But it was But it was the complete opposite on promo. Like when he get to say whatever he wants, like especially if it has profanity involved. And let me know in the comments below onto this matter. Even though USA is more of a national cable channel, more likely than just a regular TV channel. But anyways, that's where then Cody Rhodes then finished things off on the microphone, like turning towards the left, his right, and then back to our right and his left. This is where the fans start cheering like Cody, 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 and this is where Cody then look at the back of the. There was most of the fans that were chanting. This is where he's like, and he's like, and you look further and bigger to yourself as the final boss. And this is where he started coming. And this is where he was like, are you serious right now? Like, are you really the are you really the final boss? Like, kudos to who was it? Brian Gewirtz, that's what his name is. That very popular wrestling internet journalist. But yeah, he's like, kudos to him, like for coming up with that name. Like perhaps you are the actual literal final boss. Perhaps maybe I'm too blind to see that right now. Like, but at WrestleMania, like I don't think you're gonna be the final boss. Or what you're gonna be at WrestleMania, that I think you're just gonna be Roman Reigns' side chick, and this is where fans are. Oh, like I never seen The Rock got roasted like that, like how Cody Rhodes did. But this is where, like 2 seconds after he said that, this is where Paul Heyman came out there introducing the fans, saying his famous catchphrase, "Ladies and gentlemen," and this is where he came in. So heavyweight champion, like Roman Reigns. And this is where, yeah, the fans were continuing to say the chant. And this is where Paul Heyman was like, as special counsel of the bloodline, I thought I might just come out here and say to you that the ideals, like, that you and I share, like, are far greater than the interest of I humbly apologize. And this is where Pat McAfee hilariously responded saying, like, apology accepted. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, like you got to admit, like Paul Heyman has more balls than Roman Reigns or any of the bloodline combined. Like for to apologize to the American Nightmare. I was like, where the hell was Roman at? Like, even though he does not apologize to anybody, but he kind of should apologize for embarrassing the American Nightmare last year. Just opinion of mine, but that's all I have to say on the tribal chief. Like nothing, no heat, no beef, no hatred on the tribal chief. Just saying just saying in general, like you should apologize for at least embarrassing Cody. And hopefully that won't happen again at this year's Mania, regardless on who's going to be the victor of WrestleMania 40. But anyways, Cody Rhodes was like, hold on, like Paul, like no need no need to be apologized because I didn't even ask for it. And I certainly didn't ask for permission of that. And you're a future Hall of Famer, Mr. Heyman. Like, won't you join me in this ring? Like, you're more than welcome. Like, be my guest. Like, at this time, like, I really mean it. This is where Paul Heyman, I guess, thanked him. Like, this is where he's like, yeah, which he did. He's like, in the awkward manner, he was like, I thank you, I guess. Like, may I give a message from the tribal chief, like Roman Reigns, to you. And this is where Paul Heyman then added, saying, like, talking about heels, like, you can think of me as anything that you want the negative and most, as I guess you can understand the obvious about me and my reputation of being the biggest heel in wrestling personalities of them all. But it's where this is where he got to the point and tell Cody Rhodes, and he was like, yeah, this Friday on SmackDown, like you're gonna go face to face with your current tribal chief and Universal Champion Roman Reigns, and it's gonna be the tribal chief and the American Nightmare going face to face. And when you go face to face with Roman Reigns, like there will not be a single other member of the bloodline, like in this book. Let's see, like except for me, like and not no physical friend. Like I hope I hope it means to that my tribal chief. Yeah, Birdie.
I want to track you.
The turkey.
Come on.
Okay, be right there. Well, excuse me for a moment. I got to help my nephew out.
You ready?
Okay, I'll do it.
No.
Oh, like a limo? I like limbo.
You got me so fucking hard. Her fat don't feel the same way I am, nigga. I swear to God, nigga.
Okay, I'll do some. I thought I playing with your game. I promise you I'll play with you as soon as I get done. But I'm gonna do this real fast.
Don't tell me that. She tells me that on me.
I do enjoy it.
Okay, one more time.
It's like, oh, well, I'll pay you in your first Friday. Okay. Tell us that we'll still be working tonight. We'll be waiting for these plays on Friday.
Oh, be careful. You gotta be careful, man. Are you alright?
Because you might have named you don't be going to redeem your own. I'm just making an example. So with the fucking sheep and taking it on other people, the sheep had one person. And she wasn't there.
Hello, can you go? Hello?
I went the fuck off on that bitch, nigga. I went.
Trey, I'll be right back.
Who?
Oh, Father.
How's it here? You want to call Grandma? You heard? Trey, you want to call Grandma? His grandpa's number, I can put it in here. Here's grandpa's number. You want to call me? And I want to say, I'm still writing up. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. Trey, why you slammed the door? But anyways, back here with the review video. Like this is where we got Paul Heyman. They're like, he was like, and Roman Reigns, I love and respect my tribal chief, and I acknowledge him. And then this is where Paul Heyman then continue onto his promos saying, but you have Roman Reigns is word, Cody, and you showed me that this Friday on SmackDown, like Roman Reigns, like will show up and like you'll show up and hear exactly what you need to say to him. This is what Cody's like, and he's like, that's only if he shows up alone, if that will ever happen. Like with no bloodline, no Jimmy Uso, no Solo Sikoa, and definitely no Rock, which we all know that he's obviously not gonna be there, like for obvious reasons, like with other commitments he has to do on other projects in outside of this business, but if it's only just him, like Roman Reigns, for like in an amazing in an amazing way, like if it's only Roman, then I say it's a deal, and then it's where fans like yay, and and this is where Paul Heyman's like, I've been delayed all day. I forgot one crucial call, and he's like, and this is where the fans were booing them like boo, and this is where Paul Heyman hilariously said, "Oh, don't boo me, boo him," which is the most goofiest wrestling of the night. Like very hilarious. Like yeah, this is why he's the GOAT of all. Like in all of professional wrestling as a professional wrestling personality. But anyway, this is where Cody Rhodes then put his head down, trying to not laugh because that was the most hilarious moment. And this is where, and then this is where Cody Rhodes like, I'm about to go completely full Homelander. Like, if you don't shut up, like, or else I'm gonna pull your throat out. And this is where, like, so get to the point, like Paul. And this is where fans are cheering, like, yeah, tell them like it is, like in an entertaining way, like not hating on to the wise man, like, but just for the fun side of things, like of them telling the story in this promo battle. This is where Paul Heyman's like, and if you show up to SmackDown alone, to like Paul, Roman Reigns will show up alone this Friday, only if you show up alone as well. And this is where Cody was like, you think I'm not going to be a man of my word? You think that I'm going to alone? This is where Cody Rhodes was like I said before, and I'll certainly say it again, deal. DEAL. But anyway, this is where he dropped the microphone. This is where they made it official on their face-to-face segment this Friday on SmackDown. And this is where Nia Jax then send a message to Becky Lynch saying, you're not gonna be making it to WrestleMania, the Women's World Champion. Well, I get through with you when I beat you in this last women's standing match, because I will be taking your spot for the Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley again, and I'll get a shot at Rhea Ripley again, but this time I will be successful. And I was thinking to myself, like, even if you did have an opportunity to finish off Becky Lynch, like where you started at against the man once and for all, in some way, like how do you know if you're gonna beat Rhea? With respect to the irresistible force, but let me comments down below about that. Let me tell you, that was a really great match, and that's why it's getting number one of the night. And now I can see why this was the main event match, which I think half the times I think women's wrestlers like Becky and Nia and other women, and even Rhea Ripley should be main eventing Monday Night Raw genuinely, like every other week. Like if there's men that's gonna main event Raw, like the same should go to the women as well. But anyway, that's where. This is where Nia Jackson finished off saying, like, no matter what you bring into this match, I will regardlessly be the Women's World Champion. And this is where we got Ricochet in the match against Dominic Mysterio, which was another less disappointing match. And this, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I'll give this the fourth match of the night, the fourth best match of the night, like, which it was a very impressive contest. This was another duelist and impressive match with the one and only. And this in his match against another Judgment Day member, which is JD Mc not JD. This time it was with what's his name, Dominic Mysterio. Which Dominic Mysterio kind of got the advantage first, like with him going for a wrist lock, and then even put him in the right side. But Ricochet managed the flip out of it, hit him with an arm drag, I believe, and this is where he threw him in the outside. This is where he ran right to the right corner side. This is where he tried to go for, I believe, a diving somersault right off the top rope. But luckily, JD McDonough was there to prevent him to hit it on Dominic Mysterio. But this is where Ricochet saw this come, and this is where he hits a rolling flip into a back flip, and then do that handstand landing like right on the middle of the ring. This is where Ricochet was off like, yeah, like too slow. Oh, like he was like too slow to you guys. That's where the Ricochet then waited for them to be distracted with one another. Where JD McDonough try to tell him a plan what to do to Ricochet. This is where Ricochet then did a diving corkscrew dive right onto Dominic Mysterio, landing right onto him. This is where Ricochet was like, yeah, like you can't do nothing about it. Like if we're gonna try to do anything slick, like I got my eyes on you. Like if you try to do something slick, like you're gonna try to do something slick, I'll be ready for you. So it's best not to do anything. This is where Ricochet was a man of his word, but it cost him the offense of the match when JD McDonough tried to grab him to pull his leg, like when he threw Dominic Mysterio, which the referee was too distracted to look at JD McDonough. And this is where Ricochet's like, what are you even doing this for? Like, didn't you heed my warning? He kicks him off. But this is where Dominic Mysterio pushes the referee out of the way and baseball slide kicks Ricochet out of the apron. This is where Dirty Dominic was like, yeah, let's get this party started. And the fans are like, this is not a party, like, let alone a celebration because you're winning this match. This is where we got Dominic Mysterio then go for Three Amigos right onto Ricochet when he got back in the ring. But luckily, Ricochet then intercepted. It hit what's that, like some athletic move, like I believe a Hurricane Rana. But when he got back up, this is where he tried to go for a kick. But this is where Dominic Mysterio flips him right over. But this is where Ricochet hits a back roundhouse super kick. This is where we got Ricochet went right on the top rope. This is where he was trying to go for his finishing maneuver that he haven't used in like about, I'll say, from the past 2 or 3 years. Well, at least the last time I remember him using this move, which was the 450. I'm not the 630 splash, but this is where. This is where Dominic Mysterio moved out of the way, like, or else he would have definitely been done for. This is where we got Ricochet went right to the bottom right corner, but this is where we got. But yeah, he super kicks Dominic Mysterio right into the corner. This is where JD McDonough tried to distract Ricochet, but that was a complete dud. Like every time you always face Ricochet, you always have bad luck. This is where he hit the springboard drop kick right onto McDonough, right off the apron. But this is where it nearly cost him the match with Dominic Mysterio drop kick him right into the middle of the ropes. He hits a try to go for a 6-1, but luckily Ricochet moved out of the way. This is where Ricochet then hits him with the recoil, what's that? The recoil face breaker, like, which is like his version of the code breaker when he rolled back up and hit the face breaker, goes for a pin, got the 1, 2, 3, and your winner of this match, Ricochet. And it seemed like JD McDonough's not the only man that lost to Ricochet in recent weeks. And yeah, and welcome to the Lose the Ricochet Club, I guess you could say, with three of the older Judgment Day members, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest are right, but yeah, this is where they're gonna be very disappointed of the young members. This is where we got okay. Here you go, Birdie Bird. But anyway, this is where we got. This is where we got what's his name? JD McDonough trying to attack him from behind. This is where he Irish whipped him right to the left side when he attacked. Well, he did attack him, but he tried to hit him with a what's that like? Hit him with a big right knuckle punch. But this is where Ricochet and kicked him out of the face, did a backflip out of the ring so he wouldn't get hit with any other moves. And this is where Ricochet got finally got out of the ring and all of his every piece of his body parts. This is where Ricochet then starts smiling like ha 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 ha. Like this is where Sami Zayn was walking in the backstage area, like getting ready for his contract signing with Gunther, up next. This is where he ran into Chad Gable in the hallway. So it's like Chad, like you would not, and he was like, I thought I never got a chance to say this, but I want to say this now. Now I got a hold of you. Like I would say, last week's match was like it was an honor to fight you. Like to have a push and also have a push like that in a long time. And man, it could have been gone either way. And this is what Chad Gable was like, yeah, I agree. It was absolutely great. Yeah. This is what Sami Zayn's like just great. And he's like, just great. Like, how are you all right, like Chad? And this is where Chad Gable's like, yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Like, why'd you ask? Like, this is the same thing. Like, it kind of feels like that you've been, you had quite a lot on your mind right now, considering that yeah, I don't want to bring this up, but you when you lost in the gauntlet match, this is where Chad Gable was like, you don't need to worry about that. You're fine. Like and that's where Sami Zayn's like, how many years have we known each other? Like we've known each other for nearly a decade now. Like, come on, you this don't happen. This is where Chad Gible's like yeah, last week. And he's like, all right, Sammy, like this last week and this opportunity, like this whole thing, like to me, it's just give me more, like in my side of things. This is where Sami Zayn's like, oh, like you checked, like and this is where he's like, I understand this, but you've been saying this way too much, like weeks after weeks after weeks. And I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but and you think that this match only occurs to you, like you really thinks this match, do you think this opportunity only belongs to you? Achieving your dreams of defeating Gunther and being the guy in history to dethrone the longest reigning champion in WWE history. He said, oh. He's like, yeah, it meant more. Like, and there's Sami Zayn's like, oh, like you. That's where, yeah. And this is where he's like, you're the only guy that should matter in this match. Like, I know, like I matter just as much as you do, man. Like I have a family at home too that's dependent on me to win this match and achieve another accolade, of defeating another star that has the longest reign in championship history. Like, okay. And he was like, and if I don't win this match, like my kid's gonna cry too. Like you think that you think my wife, and he's like, you think my life is easy too? Like with all the stress, like and I'm trying to make my fans like be happy, like and after all you, like I'd be putting the, and he's like, and I still haven't quit this game. Like, and they're telling me that what matters to me, like I know what's me. And this is where Chad Gable's like, Sammy, like I know all that. Like it's not about that. And this is where Sammy says like, and then like if it's not about that, like then what is? Like, what is this like with you? Not what is up with you? What's that? Why are you being so uptight about this? Like of me and uptight and somewhat jealous of me getting this opportunity, but that you want out of this. This where and this where Chad Gable told him honest, like I'm going to be honest with you, Sammy. You cannot beat Gunther. And this where Sami Zayn was very spooked on with Chad Gable saying that. He's like, it looked like he's kind of about to take it back, but he's like don't listen to him, Sammy. You can beat the Ring General, and you will. But okay, 1 second. Okay, can I make this quick? Oh, trade. No, you can't do that. How about no? No offense, Birdie, but you're kind of idle right now. This one. I'm gonna keep you preoccupied at the moment. So here you go. And Uncle Super to Austin promised that he'll be done soon. But anyways, let's all right, SNA back where we got you got Gunther out in the ring with after Adam Pearce announced that everybody involved in this Intercontinental Championship match, starting off with the challenger Sami Zayn and the champion, the longest reigning champion in WWE history, the Ring General. And this is where Sami Zayn's like, like you're sitting there with that smug smile on your face, like what I can do, like it's starting to piss me off more and more. And fans like, yeah, tell him, Sammy. And this is where he's like, and he's like, and you thinking this is another day at the office with your fancy suits and stuff, like in the steam room, this, like in this contender, any of the, like, hey, respect you, man, like you gain this respect, and tell you what, to be honest, like you have earned that respect, and then this is what, like, you done it on your own, like you don't believe that I can do this. And then Gunther's like, well, and it's a. And he's like, and there's plenty of people that never believed in me before, like still now to this day, like with the haters that think that I cannot win this championship match, and then there's some that never thought that I would make it in your WWE. And there's people that I would ever be champion in WWE, and then they never thought that I was going to main event WrestleMania itself, like. If you ask the Usos, they didn't believe that I would be the guy that in the longest tag team title reigns of all time, like that they had at this time last year, like, and I did so with my best friend at the first night of that year's Mania, of that year's main event of that night of that year's Mania, like, and 1 year later, like I can do it again, like. I will make history again by ending another longest reigning championship of all time, and that is you, Gunther, as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. This is where he dropped the microphone. This is where he signed his signature on the dotted line. This is where Gunther then steps in, and this is where he talks under his end. This is where fans were chanting for Sami Zayn, like Sammy, before Gunther got a chance to speak. He was like. And this was like nobody doesn't believe that you can beat me. Like not even the guy that I beaten 6 months ago, Chad Gable, even doesn't believe that you can beat me. Like everybody here in this whole in this arena, like in the building, like they cheer you, like they love you and all, but they know that you can't beat me. And that's where fans were booing. Like I'll say, at least me, I'll say like about 50% of them were was booing 50% of what Gunther was saying. Like he was like yeah, I boo. Like I mean, it's possible that Gunther could still be an unbeatable Intercontinental Champion, but we never know if it could be Sami Zayn or even Chad that could beat you for that championship. And this is where Gunther was like, and you be honest to yourself, like you don't even know that you can beat me. And that's where Sami Zayn just started looking at him in a frowning way. He was thinking like maybe not, maybe not, but you never know. Like when what I have up my sleeves that could help me out, dethrone you, would be a 3-time Intercontinental, no, 4-time Intercontinental Champion. And this is where Gunther's like, and he's like, and you try to put me right in the back and try to put me in the back and try to intimidate me, but I'm gonna give you a beating of a life I'll give you a beating of a lifetime, like if you're one of the AEW guys that's mocking me right now, which is that abomination of a continental champion, the Mad King. But anyways, he's like, and I'm gonna do that at the grandest stage of them all, at WrestleMania. And he's like, whatever you want to do, Sami, like believing that you're gonna achieve your dreams and continuing to be the best Intercontinental Champion. Like, keep on doing that because your dreams, like, will meet the reality. That's what he said. Like because your dreams that you want to win this Intercontinental Championship again will meet the reality of the ring general. And he started continuing to laugh. Right after he put the microphone down and signed his signature right on the dotted line, he was fixing up his suit in the process while signing his signature. And this is where he dropped it right into the contract. This is where he grabbed onto the AEW Championship. This is where he then put the belt right onto his right side of the shoulders, and this is where he fixed his tie like this, like, and put it down properly in the middle. This is where he nearly walked out of the ring. This is where he's and he's like, "Good luck to you, sir." And this is where Sami Zayn grabbed on the microphone before he left the ring. He's like, "Wait just a second, Gunther." This is where Gunther didn't step back in the ring. He was like, "Yes, like, may I help you?" Here where Sami Zayn was like turning around into that spinning desk chair. This is where he's like, "So you looking me in my eyes right now, like you don't believe me, huh?" This is where Gunther like, "Ha, like why wouldn't I?" This is where Sami Zayn then went face to face to him, by like an inch away, looking at his face. He's like if you don't believe me then. If you don't believe me now, then look again, like and see the seriousness in my face. And this is where Gunther's like, "Oh, I see it all right, but it doesn't intimidate me otherwise because I know there's plenty other guys that are like 100 times more intimidating than you are, and they still failed against your longest reigning champion because I am that reign general." But anyways, this is where Sami Zayn's like, and this is where he's like, "You're looking at the man," and this is where Sami Zayn's like you're like, "I want you to give one clear look at me," and you're looking at the man that's taking you down at WrestleMania. And this is where he drops the microphone, and this is where Sami Zayn didn't walk out of there before Gunther did, and this is where Gunther then did a small grin. He was like how delusional this crazy bearded man that thinks that he can beat me, the longest reigning champion. This is where then we got R-Truth, and then this is where R-Truth's like, wow, like what an angry guy. And that's what R-Truth said when Sami Zayn stormed right past him. This is where the Miz like, we need to be just like Sami and be just as intense to end the year tonight if we're gonna make it to make it to WrestleMania into that 6-pack ladder match. And then this is where R-Truth, do we? And this is where Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano was like, and Tommaso Johnny DIY was wishing them good luck. He's like, and by the way, speaking of that, good luck there. This is where Miz like, we're gonna have. And guess what? We're gonna have to beat Truth, and this is where their future opponents in the qualifying match, like of tonight's Raw, came up to them, went right in front of the Awesome Truth's face, and with their leader Jinder Mahal, like 2 steps away. This is where he stared at him and mugged him. This is where they went right into the corner, and this is where what's his name? This is where Jinder Mahal looked back at his boys, Sangha and Veer Mahan, and told them to get ready to go out in the ring. This is where R-Truth was like, yeah, those are some big hairy men, which is the only guy that will break the fourth wall in kayfabe. Of course, yeah, definitely would do that with part of the script, like the number one guy in modern wrestling, at least. Like with him with this hilarious gimmick, like with him pointing out the obvious like this. But anyway, yeah, this is where the Miz is like, you know what? Never mind. See you out there in the ring. This is where the Miz is getting ready to get out in the ring. This is where both men were in the ring, and this is where they started doing a remix of R-Truth's theme song, like which I can remember the part where they're like, "You can get with this and you can get with that." Like the Awesome Truth is where it's at. What's up? And they were telling the fans what's up. Basically, it's kind of like. This is where, that's what basically it kind of reminded me of R-Truth's partnership with Goldust is the Golden Truth, like the way I see it as like it was kind of like like with R-Truth, like with him doing the what's that his rapping entrance, like his version with Goldust, with Goldust introducing the fans saying, "We are the Golden Truth," and that's where he was like, if it wasn't for you fans, like if you got it, you want it, you got it, the Golden Truth. What's up? Like basically like that. It's kind of like that. But anyway, that's where we got the match with the Indashir with Sangha and Veer Mahan, which would start off with the Miz and Sangha, with Sangha keep hitting body slams after body slams onto the Miz until he picks him right back up for a final time. Gets tagged in by Veer Mahan. This is where he finally slammed him with Veer Mahan. Hits a big flying elbow drop right onto the Miz. I was like, poor Miz. He's basically like slamming. Well, I cannot say exactly what the fans would say, because Veer Mahan's going everywhere on Monday Night Raw, but it's even though I'm not exactly saying the dirty word, but it's kind of a dirty joke, which it's kind of inappropriate right now. But his gimmick of not gimmick, more likely his like the vignettes from a couple of years ago when they said he's coming to Raw, and the fans were making some very very naughty jokes of that phrase of him finally making his proper debut on the Red brand, even though he already did like a year prior to then. But anyways, yeah, Veer Mahan and Sangha did start doing the hand thing, like if they were monks, like of meditating, saying Namaste, like Namaste. But this is where R-Truth's like, "Come on, Miz, like tag me in so I can beat these hairy monsters up." And this is where Veer Mahan's like you might as well get out of this arena while you can before you end up just like your partner. This is where Veer Mahan was staring at him when R-Truth was telling him to tag him in. This is where Veer Mahan was he's easily a pushover. This is where he did not worry about R-Truth because he got the Miz right in front of him. This is where he do a shoulder grabbing lock right onto the A-lister. but the Miz was not letting that bother him a bit. This is where R-Truth cheering up the fans, like or motivating the fans to cheer for the Miz, like, and yeah, not because they hate the Miz, but you know what I mean. Like they're trying, he was helping the fans start clapping for the Miz to get back up, which was working. It was giving him some kind of supporting power of getting back up and start defending himself against Veer Mahan. And Miz started hitting right hands right into the midsection of Veer Mahan, or was it left hands? No, it was left hands. And it was back a right elbow, though. He was in his right elbow right into the midsection of Veer Mahan. But Veer Mahan eventually then pushes him right into the right corner side, which is his corner with his in the sheer tag partner, Sangha. And then this is where he gets kicked right into the face by the Miz. When he tried to charge him, hit a big splash, but he also elbows Sangha. This is where he tried to jump right over Veer Mahan, but Veer Mahan caught him and tried to go for a bear hug right onto the Miz, and then send him right back into the corner. This is where he tossed him right back into his bottom right corner. This is where he tried to go for a big boot, but the Miz dodges out of the way because nobody doesn't do the big boot against him except for himself, which that's a very bad slogan in a way, by the way. But anyways, this is where the Miz roll up, and hits the hot tag onto the Miz. I mean, not the Miz. He is the Miz. That's people too good potatoes. I meant to say he's winning got a big hot tag by R-Truth. R-Truth got this where he started doing John Cena's comeback move with the shoulder blocks and the spinning back suplex, and that's where he tried to go for the 5-knuckle shuffle because, of course, he would do all these moves because that's his childhood hero that he said, even though he's like 5 years older than the 16-time world champion. And then this is where he does this is where he tried to go for the attitude adjustment as soon as Veer Mahan tried to get back up, which I think he was having trouble. Even though R-Truth had him on the shoulders for like one good second, this is where Michael Cole was amazed. He was like, look at R-Truth right now. Like, he's literally doing this. And this is where, but only for like a second because Veer Mahan flips out of it. This is where he pushes him right to the right corner, try to go for the right. But R-Truth counter out of his Irish whip and trips over Veer and try to go for the STF to make him tap out, which he knew he did so, but he would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that. That 8-foot meddling monster that looks like a Great Khali 2.0, but something that my mom would say. But anyways, this is where the Miz then came in for the save and booted Sangha right into the midsection. This is where he started going for roundhouse kicks, I guess roundhouse kicks. This is where R-Truth had to help out fight off the biggest in the sheer member, and this is where they both did a double team after hitting some fist and legs right onto Sangha, and this is where they Irish whipped him from the right to the left corner side. This is where we got this is where they hit a double drop kick onto the big man. This is where Veer Mahan tried to close on the Miz, but the Miz ducks out of the way. This is where he got him in the skull crusher finale position. But not only that, like R-Truth helped him out by bringing down the I guess not the leader, but the I forget what's Veer Mahan's nickname. I'll just say Veer Mahan. But anyway, they hit skull crusher. He got the skull, but R-Truth got him right in the front, doing the Jimmy combo double team maneuver, combo maneuver of mixed with the little Jimmy finale, like with him hitting it right on the Veer Mahan face first, right in the middle of the canvas, like. And then this is where Sangha to try to Irish whip the Miz out of the ring. This is where the Miz hit a baseball sliding kick right into Jinder Mahal's face by both him and the Miz. And then this is where the referee counted 1, the referee counted 2, and he counted 3, which was got this prediction right, just like DIY. But the only match that we didn't was the next match that was coming up. But I'm about to get to there as soon as I get done talking about this match between the Awesome Truth and Indus Shear. And then this is where this is where everybody was cheering on, like getting off their feet, like getting on their feet and off their chairs, start cheering for their favorite tag team in this qualifying match for the undisputed tag team champion. And this is where R-Truth's like, we literally just did it. And this is where the Miz's like, yes, we did. We're going to WrestleMania. Like, yes, we're going for the tag team championship. This is where they start. That's where R-Truth was hilariously hugging him, like, yes, thank you. And it was very entertaining. And that's a back elbow on accident. I meant to say it was Sanga. He purposely elbowed him. Like, if he's going to go down, he's going down with him being a big elbow on R-Truth. But it seemed like that his Sanga's tag partner broke his fall, which was Veer Mahan. And this is where, the referee counted 1, counted 2, and counted 3 for them to qualify in this tag team match against the Judgment Day. And what are your thoughts on to this match? And do you think that this was the best decision to have R-Truth and The Miz getting this W? Which I'm not sure if the term decision is the good term to use, but you get what I mean. Let me know in the comments down below. I figured they were gonna win, not because I already seen this match, because it's not pre-taped. This was live when they won. So yeah, we knew for sure that they're gonna win because they won this match, of course. But this is where we got Drew McIntyre next getting ready to get out in the ring. And let me tell you, this match was second match of the night, definitely, because this match was very very entertaining, very goofy, very very heartwarming, and also satisfying for a team that never lived up to the hype in their first run back a dozen years ago. But anyways, it's where we got Sami Zayn start arguing with Sami Zayn about saying, like, I don't care what you say about me, and you said that I am not ready for this. Like, I'm not. You claim that I'm not ready to be Intercontinental Champion again, and you doubted me that I couldn't beat Gunther, and I'm gonna show that how wrong that you are going to be when I do defeat him at WrestleMania. There's nothing that you or Gunther can do anything about it, or anybody in this locker room in that matter. But yeah, it seems like we're gonna see that Chad Gable will be doing something about it, and he's gonna probably have Adam Pearce, but excuse me, he's gonna have Adam Pearce have him added to the match in some way. I don't know, like whether if it's the match against Sami Zayn or even just automatically put him in the match, making it a triple threat, just like how Nick Aldis did with Logan Paul's mid-card championship on SmackDown with him, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. And we can see the other mid-card champion in a similar scenario, like, but it'll be in a way that Sami Zayn was already a number one contender match ever since the Gauntlet match. And then, but at the same time, they'll probably roll the footage of when Sami Zayn had him pinned, but Chad Gable had the shoulders up, so they'll try to make it a win-win situation for everybody in this situation, and make it a three-way match, which you can finally see Chad Gable's story and win the Intercontinental Championship and win his first ever singles championship gold in WWE, and then bring the title home to his family and make them very happy and have a happy ending with their husband/father winning the second most prestigious championship in all of World Wrestling Entertainment. And it's also been announced that CM Punk's going to be making his return back to WWE and at next week's Monday Night Raw on March 25th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we got Drew McIntyre next back in the ring with Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins came in soon after.